channel for 10 slightly non-traditional things I am doing for my wedding to save money. I also want to say, this is a complete side note, that I feel like I'm back in 2018 because this is exactly how I ran my channel in 2018. I am on my third video, batch filming today, where I am in the same location. I am wearing my pajama shorts from this morning and I switch my shirt every time. I have my videos laid out, film them real quick, and I was also wedding planning back in 2018. So this just feels like a very weird blast from the past for me, but let's get into the 10 things that I'm pretty positive I'm gonna do. Also, if you hate any of these ideas, I'm not asking for those opinions. This is just what I'm doing. But if you have any very helpful feedback, like if you've done some of these yourself and you have like things to add on, feel free to add on. Would love to see those in the comments, okay? Okay, because I got some TikTok comments being like, you're cheap, everyone's gonna hate you. And I was like, I wasn't asking. First thing I'm doing to save money is I am getting an Airbnb for very multiple purposes. Let me explain what I mean by that. We are also hosting and paying for our own rehearsal dinner. So I was looking into options for that, restaurants, venues, etc., and it was honestly like, you don't get what you pay for. You're in the corner of a restaurant and you're being charged so much money because it's an event. And I just wasn't like pumped about any of our options. So I started looking into Airbnbs. And I found one Airbnb that is beautiful right near our venue, has a huge yard, all of the furniture pretty much needed. I messaged them and I said, hey, this is what I'm hoping to do. Can I rent your house for this? I actually tried twice. One place was like, I don't know. And the other place was like, yeah, absolutely. So I rented this Airbnb to be our rehearsal dinner venue, use their yard for the rehearsal dinner, order in just like catering delivery, have everybody in this beautiful yard with like fire pits and like a open close wall of windows. And it is $400 a night. And the next morning, use this same Airbnb as the bridal suite to have the bridesmaids come over and get ready at. And then I have it for 2 nights, use it that night as the spot to change before going to the after party. So it's gonna be a multi-purpose venue. I actually might be staying in it the night before the wedding, and I might allow the bridesmaids to stay in it the night of the wedding. So TBD on that part, but it's saving us a lot of money for the rehearsal dinner and is literally going to be used for multiple other purposes, and I'm really excited about that. Second, let's talk desserts. If you don't know this about me, I am celiac, so finding a gluten-free wedding cake is like kind of stressful, kind of hard, and wedding cakes are so expensive. So our dessert plan involves a little bit of a possible DIY if I feel like it week of. Otherwise, I'm gonna nix this and just serve it the way it is, but I'm thinking about ordering a gluten-free cake from Milk Bar. They're just like an online bakery and they ship it to you. I've had their cake before and it's actually a birthday cake, but it's funfetti, it's cute, whatever. But the DIY that I want to do is I want to order basically edible pressed flowers. You can get them off Etsy for like $6. Frost the cake myself one more time and then put these pressed flowers on the outside to have a cake that looks like this. For photos, I think it should be a quick 20-minute DIY and should cost, $10 in addition to the cake. But the Milk Bar cakes are like $67. And for a gluten-free cake, that is pretty good. And as our primary dessert, we're gonna be doing donuts, but I think we'll just do like rods with the donuts stacked on them in various heights kind of all around the cake. I love donuts. If you guys know this about me, donuts are like my whole personality. Same with my fiance. We are both obsessed with donuts. So not only is it more special to us because it's our favorite dessert, but it ends up saving us a lot of money. And I'm excited about having a safely gluten-free cake that I can serve as is or do a little DIY and make it like extra special and cute if I choose. Number 3. I mentioned this a little in the last video, but we are doing a taco truck instead of catering. And taco trucks are $14 a person, at least the ones that we are looking into. Catering can be like $30 a person, but we are spacing out food throughout the night. I'm a foodie, so I really want the food to be like the experience of the night. So what we're doing is we're doing a mocktail hour with hopefully sushi and kombucha. And then we're doing the taco truck as dinner. And then at the after party, we're having late night pizza and we're having s'mores. That's kind of how we're structuring our food plan. Instead of having a traditional catering company, I think it's just gonna be more of a fun, like experience throughout the night. They're all cheap eats, but all things that we really love, and I'm excited for that. 4, let's talk decor. There's so many cool like art installations that you could do to make a space very cool, but like that adds up. That gets pretty expensive or takes a lot of time to set up, to build, DIY, no matter how you're doing it. So one thing that we're thinking about doing to really fill a space for free is we are going to be taking engagement photos soon at a lighthouse. If you know me, you know. And we're also going to get some video footage. I'm hoping to get it on like kind of old film to have that like retro vintage grainy vibe and just make it really cute. Use that for a couple things. One of the things being we have a projector. I'm actually kind of stealing this idea from Jordy's tour. His last tour, he basically had footage projected on the stage behind him as he played of him like exploring Northern California and doing all these sorts of things. And it added such a visual impact for free to his shows that I essentially want to do that at our wedding as well. So project this like vintagey footage of us frolicking around a lighthouse and like white clothes, just kind of a vibe onto a wall, and boom, free decor that takes up a whole wall for the cost of a projector we already own. Very excited about that idea. 5, this is the one that is going to make some of the older generation just so upset. I don't think we're gonna do invitations. I think we're gonna do it all virtual. I'm thinking what I would like to do is send out a video invitation as well, maybe utilizing some of that footage for like the more aesthetic part, but then also have a video of the two of us sitting down and being like, we would love for you to come to our wedding. We've hand chosen a small amount of people to be there that are special to us, blah, blah, blah. Send it as a video. But we have a graphic designer friend who said, as your wedding gift, I want to design something for you. Invites, sign, like you just let me know. And I might have her design like a very beautiful PDF that someone can open up, and it has just like kind of the general information and maybe even like a local guide of like where to stay, what to do, what a wedding website has. But I don't want to put all of our information on a wedding website because I don't want it to be Googleable because there's creepy people on the internet. So something kind of similar, but as a PDF that we text to people or email. Next, I'm planning on doing several things to save money on florals. Florals are very, very expensive, but will also be like the main design element probably for the ceremony. I'm planning on having like a very pretty kind of installation for the ceremony. But to save money, I think I'm going to do only one bouquet and no bouquets for the bridesmaids. I don't think people will notice or care. I will only change my mind if I have an idea that I want to repurpose their bouquets at later, like if we put them in a vase and put them somewhere that I think of. But otherwise, there's been actually some cool ideas that people have told me, like you could have them hold fruit baskets or something. I think that no one's gonna notice if they're not holding anything. Also, for tables, instead of doing big bouquets, I love the trend right now of bud vases. There's very cool bud vases that you can get online for like $1 a piece. They're like very modern, simple glass ones. And then you have 1 or 2 stems in each one and a ton along a table. That is gonna save a ton of money because it's not a whole bouquet along the tables. It's just a couple whimsical bud vases and maybe some taper candles, and boom, we're done. That's how I'm planning on saving money on florals, which can be in the 5 digits easily. The next thing we're doing, if you watched my last video, you will know that our venue is dry, so we're having an after party. And the after party, one way that we're gonna save money is we're not gonna have any made to order drinks. We're not gonna have a bartender. Things are basically gonna just be batched and self-served. I think that this will help cut down costs because it's like you get what you get. Also, we can hit up like Costco, Sam's to buy liquor in bulk. So basically we're gonna have batched cocktails, and then we're gonna have beer, spritz, wine, champagne, self-pour. And I think that that will save a lot of money. I do think people will drink more if it's self-serve, but I think at the end of the day, it will save money. And if we run out, we run out. We're gonna have more than enough. So if we run out, maybe that's a good way for people to cut themselves off. I think that that will save a lot of money as opposed to having all the things on hand for all of the different potential cocktails that people might want to order made to order. Point number 8. This is a smaller thing, but let's talk guest book. I was so disappointed in my guest book the first time I got married. I like spent a good amount of money on a really nice like leather book, and I had the bridesmaids write an example note so that people would kind of see like, oh, like we want like a little couple sentences or whatever. And I opened up my guest book after the wedding and it was just name, like people signing in, and I was like, that was a waste of money. So instead of doing a guest book, I think it's really cute if you have people sign something you already own or something that you really want to buy for your future home. For example, I have been like pinning all of my ideas of how to decorate this future house, and I love the look of like a vintage, beautiful surfboard hanging on the wall, or just like a very muted color, doesn't have to be vintage. So I thought, what if I buy that, which I was wanting to buy anyway as kind of like art for the new home, and I have people sign the back of it as our wedding guest book, and then the front, the clean side, hangs on our wall, but we could take it down whenever and see all the signatures, and it's something that we can keep forever, and it's not a waste of money because it's something I already wanted to buy for my home anyways. I've seen so many cool ideas, but I'm really excited about my surfboard idea. Another thing I'm doing is double duty bridesmaid gifts. I really hope I get these to them before this video comes out. Okay, I'm just gonna say Jacqueline, Anna, Kayleese, and future sister-in-laws, don't watch this, okay? Click out now. Okay, the gift that I have ordered for bridesmaid gifts, oh, it's so cute. I'm so excited about it. These sweatshirts say the name, so it will say like the Citrusy Social Club. It says the state and city, and then it has the date underneath it. So all of the bridesmaids I'm gonna ask, I got them this sweatshirt in green, which is actually kind of sweet because 2 of them are Citrusys. And then for me, I got like the same one in white. So I think just things that have multiple purposes is a really good way to save money, and something I'm excited about because I love a cute photo, and I would have bought them all matching outfits anyways, but this is kind of the thing for everybody. And lastly, I mentioned s'mores, but I'm really excited about this idea for the after party because it is yet again another treat. I estimate it will literally cost me about $50, and it's an activity. I think having activities is so much fun, something hands-on that like people can do together. I know s'mores is nothing new, but here's a little photo of like a s'mores board, a smorgasbord that you can put together. And the spot we're having our after party has a little fire pit yet again. So I thought it'd be really sweet to have that sitting out for people while they're all sitting around the fire pit. You can make your own s'mores. I will have gluten-free graham crackers for myself. And that just feels like kind of the vibe that I want, is like everybody hang out, kind of almost like camp vibes, but also just have a good time, get a drink, listen to music. It'll be awesome. I have a lot of smaller things as well. If you would like a part 2, let me know. I'm trying not to do too much wedding content just because I don't know if I want to. I don't want to make all of my content that, but I will be doing probably a dress shopping vlog in the future, and then as we get closer, it'll just naturally be in some regular vlogs as I like prep some things. But if there's anything specific you'd like to see me do a video on, let me know. I just don't want to be annoying, especially since this is round 2 for me. But I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope these ideas were helpful, or at least like sparked a little bit of inspiration if you're also trying to cut a few expenses on the wedding planning process so that it's not literally $50,000 like most weddings average out to be. I love y'all. I hope you have the best rest of your day, and I will see you in a video very soon.
So let's take all night, all night, all night, all night, all night. If we're